lipstick all of that. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be filming an empties video for you. Now, I have so many empty products. I've actually got halfway through filming this video and I realised that I'm probably going to have to make this a double bill. So what I thought I would do is I would do video 1 as makeup and skincare and video 2 as hair care and body care. Let's crack on with the empties. This is what I keep my empties in, a big old Space NK bag by my bathroom sink, if you wanted to know. Okay, first of all, I have a Bioderma. I feel like in almost every empties video, there is a Bioderma, and this is actually the Sebium version, which is more for oily skin. I actually prefer the original formula of this one, simply because although this is more tailored to my skin type, I find that it's not as effective as getting eye makeup off. It was good, but I prefer the original. This is a Vichy refreshing toner, and I haven't actually finished it yet. Oh, I should have done this before. I'd sort of gotten halfway through it and sort of stopped using it, but I realised I actually had these little travel bottles from M&S, and I noticed the spray on it is actually, like, the actual, like, nozzle's actually really nice, so I've emptied it into here. So I won't be featuring this again in another empties, but I like it as a spray one, and it wasn't that expensive, so yeah, I like it. This here is the DreamLumi Touch from Maybelline, which I actually finished up today. I've had this for quite a while actually. As you can see, it's a bit battered. And this is sort of a pinky coloured one of these type of highlighters, like brush highlighter type things. You know the deal. This is more of a pinky one, so I suppose you can put it under your eyes, like sort of like as a salmon colour, but I tend to sort of use this if I'm really going for like a highlighted look and I want to highlight with concealer. This is the type of one that I use like on my cheekbones and down my nose, and yeah, I really like it. For the price, you can't really knock it. I think it's around a £5, and you know, that's 5 times cheaper than Touche Eclat. So yeah, I think it's a good drugstore alternative. I've got a purifying foam cleanser from the same sort of line as the Bioderma I showed. It's just your basic face wash, and although it did feel nice on my skin and it made my skin feel clean, but it didn't like dry it out at all, it just made my skin feel clean. I probably wouldn't get this again simply because it's not easily available and it didn't like blow me away in forms of face wash, so it's not bad. I like having sort of these like fairly basic cleansers to just use in the shower to just sort of give my face a jolly old clean. If this is readily available to you, I would recommend it, but it's not something that you have to have in your collection, is what I'm saying. And back to the French pharmacy, this is a face scrub by Vichy. This is a sort of a gel scrub, so it's kind of like a face wash and a scrub kind of in one, and the bead, it's like, I don't want to say it's beads in it, it's like sort of, I feel like it might be sugar, I'm unsure, but it's very, very fine and sharp, the sort of scrubby bits in it. So if you have sensitive skin, I wouldn't pick this one up. But other than that, I would say that it did definitely get the job done, so I would recommend it. This is an eye and lip remover by L'Oreal, and this is one of those biophase type ones. I quite like this. I hate the lid. This lid of products that L'Oreal have is really shit. Like, it just makes dispensing products like really not good, like it just sort of goes everywhere. In regards to the lip thing, it doesn't taste great, so not that I was like swigging it or anything. I feel like maybe that's my only issue with it. It could have like not had to taste like anything, but just not taste as chemically, basically. But yeah, it got the job done, so I can't complain. If you're wondering what time it is 25 past 11 on a Friday night. That's the best time to film videos, according to your girl Ali T. Oh, I've now gone really orange. I've got a mascara here. This is by Kevyn and this is the Volume Mascara. I'll show you the wand. The wand is very sort of non-existent almost. It's not like big or anything, it's just sort of very basic, and I actually don't particularly like this mascara. Yeah, I didn't particularly get on with it. I wouldn't waste your money on it, if I'm perfectly honest. I always say this about this mascara, even if it was like £5, I would be like, you can get better, and this I think is like around over 20, I think, so I definitely would not waste your money on it. I mean, like, I feel like I'm being like overly harsh. Like, it's no, I'm not. It's pretty shit. I wouldn't recommend it. I didn't get on with it. But I find mascaras tend to be a very personal thing, so this one I just didn't get on with. And I like volume in my lashes, and I find this one just sort of got clumpy, like after 2 coats, so I wouldn't recommend it. Speaking of mascaras, here's one I would recommend. This is the Bourjois Dark Kohl Mascara, and I really like this, and it's $7.99, so you really can't go wrong. This wand is more of a plasticky sort of spiky wand if you like those. I've likened it to their Real mascara, and I feel that's actually a fair assessment of it, but I actually prefer this one because it's easier to get off and I just prefer it. But yeah, I do recommend this one. I highly recommend this one, particularly if you like volume and it's super black, and this is kind of everything that I want in a mascara. I've got a bunch of others to go through, but I would definitely repurchase this one. Next up, I've got a face mask. This is Glamglow YouthMud by Glamglow, the one in the black tub. I really like this face mask. I think it's a really great face mask, and it has got a pretty hefty price tag, so that's why I haven't repurchased this in a hurry. My only sort of bugbear with this is actually quite dry. It dries really quickly, and like this is like a small pot, but you know, it's expensive, but I don't know if you can sort of see, like there's still some around the edge which I just can't get out, because although I would like screw the lid on really tightly, it sort of would dry out, and this is kind of the type of mask, because of the price tag, that I would save for special occasions. So I felt like that kind of annoyed me, because it's sort of a high price tag, and I do think it does market itself as it definitely markets itself as a luxurious product, but which a lot of people aren't going to be using once a week. I actually used this up about a month ago, and like I could not get the last use out of it, which obviously made me upset, because hey, I've spent like fucking a ridiculous amount of money on a face mask and I can't use it because it's dried up. So what I did is I actually put a bit of water in it, sort of shook it up and kind of used it as like a scrub, but I shouldn't have to do that for a high-end face mask. It should sort of last, I think. So that's my only bugbear with it, but it is a fantastic face mask, so if you want to splurge the money, I would recommend it. I've got yet another concealer, my love, the Radiant Creamy Concealer. I really like this concealer. However, it is 22 quid. I have a bunch of other concealers to use up, and I actually think I'm going to try the Clarins Instant Concealer, because I've heard very good things about that, and you get like a good helping of product, whereas you get, how much do you get in here? There's 6 millilitres of product in here, which, you know, that's a lot of money. So the price like is tear-inducing, but it is a fabulous concealer. Like, I don't mind spending £30 on a foundation, because a foundation lasts ages, but 20 quid on like 6 millilitres of concealer, that's a lot of money. It is a lot of money. This here is an eye cream, which is actually nowhere near finished, but if you can see, the pump has fallen off. I got this a while ago, and sort of more or less I would say within less than 5 uses. This is, by the way, the Nip and Fab Dark Circle Fix eye cream, and within like about 5 uses, the like lid, like the pump just fucking came off, and like you would sort of like be really like pumping it out, and then you would like all of a sudden like loads would come out. It was just not a very good design, so I'm a bit pissed. I can't really tell you what the product's like because I only used it a couple of times. Maybe if they change the bottle I'd try it again. I can't say bad things about it because I didn't really try it, so that's a bummer. Speaking of things that are still kind of full, I've got the Mint Julips Lip Scrub by Lush, and as you can see there's still quite a bit left in there. It's out of date, so that's why I'm getting rid of it. This went out of date in October, so I threw it away and I got another lip scrub instead. But I do really like these, and I think they're around a £5, so you can't really go wrong. I do really like the mint one. It kind of tastes like after 8 mints, so that's yummy. Second Glamglow mask here. This is the SuperMud, which is the one in the white packaging. Similar situation, sort of towards the end it definitely did start to dry out a lot, so if you do ever have these masks like that, I think they do come with sort of like a little lid thing. I would definitely keep that and screw the lid on sort of as tight as possible. Again, this is a really great mask. Like, I love the masks from Glamglow. I haven't tried the blue and the green one, but I would recommend this one. This is sort of more for spot fighting treatment. This is sort of more for oily skin and more blemish prone skin, so I think if you had drier skin or sensitive skin, this could irritate it, sort of how it dries, because it dries quite solid, if you know what I mean. But yeah, as I said, again, I think it's a fantastic mask and I think it's a fantastic formula, but my issue with it is sort of that it dries out a little bit towards the end. You want the last use to be as good as the first, so that's my only issue with Glamglow products. I've got another Maybelline concealer here. This is the Maybelline Colour Stick. Now, as you can see, I have got some left, but it's sort of like dislodged from the bottom, so it's sort of falling all over the place, so I just thought I'd say goodbye to it. I do actually really like these stick type of concealers. I think everybody's kind of gone into like liquid concealers, but I actually started using this again, and you know, it's cheap, it's cheerful, because it's a little bit more solid than obviously a liquid one. I think it stays quite well on spots. It sort of like kind of adheres to them, and yeah, I think it's only a couple of quid, and do you know what, I can't fault it. I think it's a good concealer, but especially for the price, and I think the colour match was good. I think it did the job. I used to use like concealers like this all the time, and I never had a problem. So I might actually start using stick concealers again, maybe. Anyway, this one's a good one. I've got another concealer here. This is by Rimmel. This is the Wake Me Up concealer. Again, this is quite nice under the eyes. I don't know if I'll be repurchasing this again anytime soon, because as I said, I've got quite a few concealers, but on the other hand, I can't fault it either. So yeah. This is the Covergirl Clump Crusher, which if you're in the UK is the same as the Clump Defy by Max Factor. And I actually really like this mascara. Hang on, let me show you the wand. Do you know what? Now looking at this, if you've seen the Roller Lash, the wand is very similar to the Roller Lash by Benefit, their new mascara. And I would recommend this mascara. I found that it looked really nice actually. I actually really liked how this one looked. It definitely didn't smudge or anything, and I liked it. I'd recommend it. I've also got another American mascara. This is the Organic Wear mascara by Physicians Formula. Now this is in a black tube. I know the original comes in a green one, but when I went to buy it, I sort of could only find the black one. And this one's got a very similar sort of wand. It's sort of like a big plasticky wand, and I found my issue with this, I think it looked really, really nice on my lashes, but I found it did smudge a little bit on me, so that was a bummer. But I really liked the way that it looked, and I liked how it applied and stuff. So if you're somebody who doesn't have, I don't know, oily eyes, maybe it'd be really good for you. This is an eyeliner by Bourjois. This is the Liner Pinceau 16-hour wear, and this is actually one of my favourite sort of traditional liquid liners, and it's from the drugstore, you know, it's fairly cheap. And yeah, I'd actually really, really recommend this. I find like the brush is like sort of good to hold, and the sort of tip itself is easy to use, and it lasts really well, so I would recommend that. But one that I prefer more, this is the Very Battered Kat Von D tattoo liner, and you know what, like, it still has some in. It started to dry out and it started to be less reliable, so I thought, rather than me getting angry at it, I think we should just sort of part ways. Actually, should we? Like, there is loads left in here. But I love the Kat Von D liner. I think it's freaking awesome. It's my favourite eyeliner. I wear eyeliner almost every day, and I love this eyeliner, and I've had it for like 6 months. And I tried to say goodbye, but I can't. If you watched my USA haul, which I'll link down below, you saw that I bought 2. That's how much I love them. This here is a Super Cat liner by Soap & Glory. This, I think, is around a £5 from Boots. And I think if you're just starting out with liner, I think this is actually a really, really great one. The nib is sort of in between. You can get sort of really thick ones and really thin ones. It's a felt tip nib, this one. And I feel like this is sort of like a good in between. If you're like super duper careful, I think you can get a pretty thin line, but I think this is just sort of for a nice wing. This here is a very famed brow product. This is the Anastasia Brow Wiz, and I'm in the shade medium brown, and this is sort of a twisty up pencil, and as you can hear, I can twist it up no longer. It's got a spoolie on the other end, and the pencil itself is really, really thin, and I did really enjoy this. What I will say is you do sort of use it up quite quickly. I think it maybe would last you about 3 months, this pencil, which in like makeup terms is actually quite a short amount of time, how long personal makeup lasts you. But that being said, I would definitely recommend it. I think it's a cracking pencil, and yeah, I think it's good. Yet another mascara to talk about. This is the Urban Decay Cannibal Waterproof Mascara. It's sort of actually a fairly standard wand. I tend to, when I'm going on holiday or to somewhere particularly hot, which is usually me going on holiday because England never gets crazy mad hot, I like to use a waterproof mascara, not because I'm like I have to have makeup on in the pool or anything. I just think they last that much longer, and if you sort of feel like you're sweating your makeup off, like I don't want it sort of like melting down my face. And this one was actually really, really nice. I found it to sort of really did give you like quite nice lashes, and they stayed there all day. I can't complain about it. Obviously because it's Urban Decay, it's a little bit more expensive, but I did like it, and I probably would repurchase it. Next up, I've got another face mask for you. This is the Aesop Chamomile Concentrate Anti-Blemish Mask. Now, I freaking love this stuff. This is probably my favourite face mask. As you can see, it is all gone. The reason, there's several reasons why I love this face mask. It is sort of kind of like one of those, it's got sort of a clay consistency, like a clay mask consistency. What I like about this mask is it doesn't sort of like really harden up on the face, so it's a lot easier to wash off. So even if you have sensitive skin, I would recommend this because it sort of doesn't irritate the skin when you take it off, which I find some clay masks do. And although it is sort of like a blemish fighting mask, I find it sort of not harsh on my skin, so I don't sort of have to only use it sort of when I'm spotty. This tends to be my default go-to mask. I've already repurchased another one and I would repurchase it again. This is something that I'll probably always want in my collection. This is a product from La Roche-Posay. This is the Effaclar K. This, as you can see, is in a metal tube. I think they have since changed the packaging and I actually really like this. This one says it is sort of renovating care for oily skin, anti-relapse. I really liked how this felt under makeup. So this was like a skincare product that I used sort of during the day, whereas I'd use the Effaclar Duo during the night, and yeah, I really like this. I think I've got a few sort of skincare bits that I'm trying to get through, but I will repurchase this again. I'm just not doing it right now, but I do really like the Effaclar range by La Roche-Posay. I really do rate it. So that concludes part 1 of my Empties videos. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're looking forward to part 2, which I'll be posting in a day or so. So make sure you're subscribed because then you'll see it. If you want to follow me on any of my social medias, there's my handle. Yeah, make sure you're subscribed so you can watch the other one if you wanna. And anyway, thank you very much. See you guys later. Bye! I always feel like I sing bye, because I do. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would film my non-beauty favourites.